Hey guys, Jimmy Davis here, and I've been meaning to make this update for probably a couple of weeks now. I've just been putting it off for such a long time that I just need to do it right now. I'm gonna try to get this all done in one take. Not gonna do any cuts or anything like that because I am very lazy and I don't want to do any editing. Um, but the main thing I want to talk about with this update is just the YTF collab. Although I do have a couple of other minor things that I'm going to be mentioning, the main thing I'm going to be talking about here is the YTF collab. Um, like I said, I should have made this a couple weeks ago because I know some people are getting concerned that I'm not getting their entries or watching their entries or whatever, and I've got every single entry that you guys have submitted to me, and I've been compiling them on a playlist. I just haven't got around to checking out most of them. I've received just short of 70 entries already, and there's still like 3 weeks left to go. A little over 3 weeks actually. But like I said, received almost 70 entries, and I've only actually officially accepted something like 9 or something like that. And that's just because I haven't been watching the majority of them. Um, I guess I don't really have much of a reason why, other than the fact that I've had some other projects that I've been wanting to get done first. The main one being the Patreon sentence mix request video, which I do have some very quick stuff I want to talk about that, but I'll get to that when I'm done talking about the YTF collab. Um, but like I mentioned, I've been compiling them all on a playlist. I have received every single entry that I've got through a comment or a personal message or a Twitter DM, which those are the three preferred methods, although I think I'm going to close down my Twitter DMs, or close them down to like a public DM, so that you can only send me a Twitter DM if you follow me. Just because I think it makes it easier, because it's been a while since I've hosted a collab, and I forget how much work it actually is, how many, I have almost 21,000 subscribers. Even if just a fraction of those people actually want to enter, that's a ton of people. So I get a lot of comments. I get a lot of that's my bird in the background. I don't know if you can hear that, probably. But anyway, I get a lot of comments and messages and tweets and all that stuff. And I read every single one I get, and I reply to as many as I possibly can. And I'm getting more now than ever. So that does kind of take up a lot of my time as well. But basically, yeah, I just wanted to mention that I've been getting them. The only way I wouldn't have got your entry is if you sent it to me through a reply, because YouTube doesn't always want to notify me when I get a reply to something. But it does usually notify me if I get a comment, like a new comment. And even if it doesn't, they're easy to find. But replies can be difficult because I have to actually dig for those. So if you submitted it through a reply, try submitting it some other way, because chances are I didn't see it. Although every time I have got an entry through a comment, I've deleted the comment. Oh, by the way, I should mention as well, don't submit your entries in comments on any video other than the actual announcement for the YTF collab. But anyway, every time I get one of the entries, I add it to the playlist, then I delete the original comment, just because I don't want a ton of other people to be able to see the video as well. Which, by the way, that's another thing I need to mention, is a lot of people, for some reason, didn't actually follow the rules, and one of the most common rules that's been broken so far is people have been making their entries public. I mean, I guess it's only happened maybe half a dozen times, but still, it's kind of... I can't quite understand why that's such a difficult rule for people to follow. It seems like every time I do a collab, there's always, like, the majority of people break at least one rule, and for some reason the uploading as an unlisted video is one that gets broken every single collab I host. But yeah, don't make it private, don't make it public, make it unlisted. But anyway, oh, and also I got another entry. I don't know who submitted this, but they submitted it to me through Discord, through a public Discord server that I was a part of. And that's, of course, long since been buried, but it wasn't even uploaded to YouTube. It was like just through a Google Drive or something like that. And that's that's something you can't do either. I guess I didn't specify this in the announcement video, but it has to be uploaded to YouTube as an unlisted video. Again, I want to repeat myself on that because I swear people don't pay attention. Although I guess I kind of do that as well from time to time. But anyway, I don't know who that was, so if you're listening to this, then you need to upload that to YouTube as unlisted and then send it to me. But I think that's more or less everything I needed to say about the YTF collab. If you're if you're concerned that I haven't seen your entry or haven't received your entry, whatever, I've had a few people send me multiple comments and messages and stuff trying to ask me what's going on, and I haven't been replying to those. Just because, like I said, I've been meaning to make this for like a couple of weeks, and I keep thinking I'll make the update tomorrow and I'll talk about it there, and I don't. So I'm just making it now and trying to get it all done in one take, and that's why this is not necessarily the greatest update video, but oh well. The only other thing I can think of that I should mention for the YTF collab is, for those of you who haven't started working on your entry yet, I really want to I want you guys to make sure that you take full advantage of the audio only format of this collab, because I've got I haven't listened to the majority of the entries I've got, but I did listen to like a dozen or so. Obviously I think I said I accepted 9 of them, so I obviously listened to those, but I've got a few entries that I think they're just basically like a regular YouTube poop minus the visuals, and that's not really what I'm going for here. I mean, you can do that technically, but I want people to take advantage of the audio only format and make a YTP of stuff that you wouldn't normally use. Like for me, I already made my entry, and I made my entry a YouTube poop of like a audiobook type thing of a I won't even mention what movie it is, although you could, if you follow me on Twitter or you support me on Patreon, if you follow me on Twitter, you've seen the thumbnail, and if you support me on Patreon, I shared it there, so you've probably already listened to it. But yeah, basically just try to be creative, like as creative as you can, and not just go with a regular YouTube poop and then don't do visuals. Although, like I said, you can technically do that. And I have got a couple that I think they were originally, like I think NP Carlson said that his was originally going to be just a regular YouTube poop, or maybe it was just like an idea for a YouTube poop, and then he just made it and didn't do the visuals for it. But that one works as an audio only. I don't know, I'm just kind of rambling at this point. This is why I try to heavily edit these update videos, because I just ramble on way too long. But this is more of like a, I guess, podcast style update video. And I hope I get to all the points I wanted to make. But I'm gonna be taking a trip to England. I'm gonna be leaving on early Thursday morning, this upcoming Thursday, the 8th, and then I'll be getting home again early Friday morning, Friday the 16th. So during those 8 days that I'm gonna be gone, if you submit entries, I won't get them, because I'm not gonna have I don't have a laptop or anything, so I won't have a computer with me, but I will have my phone, and there is Wi-Fi where I'm gonna be staying. So while I'm there, if I find the time, which I'm sure I will, I'll be sure to check out the playlist of all the entries I've received so far, and I will. When I see your entry and I decide to accept it or reject it, I will let you know with a comment. That's always like the hardest part of hosting these collabs, is trying to tell somebody that I can't accept their entry. But I guess it's probably better for people to know that it's rejected than to just kind of wait around not knowing whether or not it's accepted or rejected. But like all the other collabs I've hosted before, if I do reject your entry, you can try again. So there's that. Like I said, I'll be gone then for 8 days. I'm sure I'll get to see all the entries while I'm there, but I won't see new entries. So if you want me to see your entry while I'm gone, then you need to submit it before Thursday morning. But obviously, you still have until March 31st, and I will obviously watch every entry that I receive before April 1st. Because that's what I said. The deadline was 11:59 p.m. on March 31st, whatever. So as long as you submit it before April, then it'll be considered for the collab. But then, other couple quick things I wanted to mention before I end this off. The Patreon sentence mix request video. That's kind of one of the things that's been slowing me down recently. I'm sure some people have noticed that I haven't done a whole lot of videos this year. One of the things was, of course, the my favorite YTPs of 2017 list. That took like all of January for me to make that. Most of it was just deciding which videos I wanted on the list and what order I wanted them in and whatever. But still, that was a lot of work. But other than that, the Patreon sentence mix request video was what was taking me a long time. And if you haven't watched it, if you watched the first one and you didn't really like it, I would recommend checking out the second one because I put a lot more work into that one, and I think it's a lot better. But I know a lot of people misinterpreted what I said in the description for that one, and I think a lot of people just think that that's the last Patreon sentence mix request video that I'm going to be making. I don't know if I made it sound like that in the description, but it's not going to be the last one. It's just I'm not going to keep trying to make another one every month. That was my plan when I first started Patreon, was to make one of those videos every month. And I did mention that I'm not going to be doing that anymore. What I'm going to be doing instead is probably once or twice a year, whenever I find the free time. Now the train's going by in the background, and my bird is still singing in the background, so this is going to be kind of noisy. Hopefully it's not... Oh, and I have a fan running as well, so hopefully this isn't too hard to listen to. But anyway, once or twice a year, whenever I find the time to do it, on Patreon I will announce that I'm going to be doing another sentence mix request video, and everybody who supports me on Patreon can then submit a short request for me to sentence mix, just like the way I was doing it before, and then... I don't know, I'll probably have it open for like a week or something like that. Then after that, I'll take all the requests that I got, and I will put it together and make the video whenever I find the time to do it. Because I don't want to set myself any deadlines. I think that's what took me so long to make it, honestly, is the deadline. Which sounds a little bit weird, but the thing is, I didn't want to work on other projects. I wanted to just focus on getting the Patreon sentence mix request video done. Even though I didn't have motivation to get it done, so that made it difficult for me to work on it. So I think in a roundabout way, I think setting the deadline was actually what took longer for me to get it made, if that makes any sense at all. But that's what's going on there. It's not the last sentence mix request video that I'm gonna make. I'm not gonna be going forward trying to make a new one every month like my plan was originally. I do have other ideas as well for Patreon rewards or stuff that I can do with my involving my patrons, but I think I might have to just make a whole nother video based around that, because I could probably talk. I've already been going on now for like 12 minutes or whatever, or almost 13. Actually, almost 14 according to what I'm recording on. But I think I need to cut out a little bit at the beginning. But anyway. So I'll probably make a whole nother update video just about what's going on Patreon. But that's what's going on there. That's not the last sentence mix request video. And if you do want to be a part of the next one that I end up making, I guess I could also, whenever I decide to do another one, I could also announce it on Twitter and YouTube. But I'd have to be very clear that it's just for people who support me on Patreon. Because that's another thing people get confused about, I've noticed on the first and second sentence mix request video, is people try to request things for me to sentence mix, and like I said, it's just for Patreon supporters. But as of right now, like I don't have any rewards on Patreon, and I don't feel super comfortable with that, because I view Patreon as more of like a donation system, but I know not everybody views it like that. A lot of people kind of view it as like purchasing a reward. So I feel like I need to get something done with that, but the thing is, I'm putting in more work into my YouTube channel than I am in my actual full-time job. And, I'm trying to make YouTube somewhat of a job for me, even if it's just like a part-time job type of situation. I want it to be a substantial, is that the right word? Uh, Substantial form of income. You know what I mean? Like half a job, I guess, basically is what I'd call it. Obviously, I'd love to make it a full-time job, but I think I should set realistic goals. And realistically, right now, I'm going for if I could make like um, I don't know, just a reasonable amount of money off of YouTube, so that I could work less at my actual job and focus more time on YouTube. That would be great. Um, but anyway, I think that's pretty much everything I needed to mention. I know every time I make an update video, there's always something that I forget to mention. Although there is one more thing before I go that I feel like I should just kind of throw this out there, because a lot of people are kind of confused about this, and I've mentioned it multiple times in updates in the past and comments and everything, but the King's Nostalgia Trip is not canceled. I'm still working on it. I still have a good amount of a good amount left to make. But it's not canceled. I've actually had to block 2 different people because they've just been assholes about it. I'm not canceling it. I don't think I should cancel it. I don't feel that I am guilty of hyping it up for well, I guess I have kind of been hyping it up for the audience, but I don't see how that's a bad thing. I don't know. I don't know. I thought I should mention that it's not canceled. It won't be canceled. I guarantee you. Even if I decided to quit YouTube Poop altogether, I would finish it. It's just I've been working on other projects, and I just need to find the time and motivation to get back to work on that again. What are you doing, Guanum? What are you doing? What the heck? I don't know. Anyway, I should probably wrap this up. I don't know if you could even hear that. I'm sure you probably could, though. He's pretty loud. That's my bird's name is Guanum, by the way. Anyway, yeah, I have some other projects I need to get out of the way first, basically, is what I was going to say. I have the final tennis round between me and NP Carlson. That one's probably going to take me a while to get done as well. I wouldn't expect that anytime soon. Then I have the collab with Master Josh. We did the iCarly one on his channel, and we're working on a Fresh Prince one on my channel. We're doing it differently than the way that we did the iCarly one. The iCarly one, we just both worked on it simultaneously, and then I sent him my half, and then he put it together. Guanum! What the fuck are you doing? Okay, anyway. Yeah, I should just end it here. This was a mess. But yeah, that one, like I said, we're doing it differently. He's working on his half first, and then he's going to send it to me, then I'm going to work on my half. And, yeah, that's how that's going to work. So basically, to just kind of sum everything up, I've been getting your submissions to the YTF collab. I just haven't been watching most of them, but I will. I'm going to England for 8 days, be leaving on this upcoming Thursday and getting back the next Friday after that. Patreon, I have more stuff coming for Patreon. The sentence mix requests are not ending, and Guanum won't shut up. And the King's Nostalgia Trip is not canceled and will not be canceled. It will be finished unless my computer just burns or something like that. Like physically burns. But yeah. Anyway, thanks for listening to this. And it would be helpful if you guys. I ask for feedback all the time, but it would really be helpful to know if you guys enjoy this type of update video. I'm sure, probably not with Guanum singing in the background, but maybe some people like that. I can move them into the other room if I do any more of these. But I just wanted to get this done and out of the way before I left on Thursday, I mean. And, yeah, I should have just ended this already. But just let me know if you would want to see more of these, because I could probably do one of these like maybe even once a month, just kind of to update you. That was a plan I had a long time ago, to do just a big long update once every month at the beginning or the ending or whatever. And you guys can let me know if you think I should do that, or if you just think I should try to be more concise. I can't script updates. I've tried that before. It just does not work for me. But just let me know if you think if you like these rambling updates, or if you think that I should just only do updates if they're going to be really short and really concise. But anyway, thanks for listening, I guess, and I am sorry about Guanum.